Welcome back, clever home buyer. This time I'm talking about deposits. So this video is about understanding deposits, and they can be a little confusing. Most people pay three deposits. The first one is the initial deposit, and the second one is the balance deposit. That is the amount that you say when you place your offer, this is my deposit. It's broken into two amounts. Okay. So in order to explain this in a little more detail, I'm going back to that contract that we had before, the blank contract. And down here, you can see it says initial deposit and then it says balance deposit. The initial deposit is due when you sign the contract. The balance deposit is usually paid when the contract goes unconditional. That means that all the conditions on the contract have been met and we're just waiting until settlement occurs. Generally, there's a bit of a celebration when the contract goes unconditional because unless something goes wrong at settlement, usually we're there. So your deposit, this amount, is broken into an initial deposit and a balance deposit. And let me show you. So if you make an offer, it's asking you for your deposit. That amount there is this amount here, broken into two areas. Now, how do you know how much to put in either? I know. So let me explain first a little bit more about what each one is. So I'll go back to our workbook. The initial deposit is a refundable deposit when you sign the contract. This deposit is paid within 24 hours of signing the contract and it's paid into the real estate agent's trust account. They will let you know what to pay and when and where. And what to pay depends on what has been placed into this area of the contract. Now, the balance deposit, once the contract goes unconditional, you pay a second deposit to the real estate agent. So you're like, okay, well, how do I know which is which? You can let the real estate agent fill that in the contract for you. You can let your conveyancer fill that in the contract for you, or you can fill it in yourself. If you need help to fill it in yourself in this workbook that we're currently in, if I was to fast forward you all the way to the bottom of the jar, we make up a worksheet for you so that you can therefore say the price of your offer, the initial deposit and the balance deposit. Here we recommend this much and this much if you're not sure. This is the last page in the workbook before the end of the workbook. Okay. So we try and make it clear for you and we will get to that. So understanding the deposits, the final deposit that you'll probably find that you're paying if you're receiving finance is your lender's deposit. And that's the one that does not go to the sales agent. It goes to your lender, the bank, the building society. Your mortgage broker will have liaised if you have a mortgage broker, and then your conveyancer will probably take care of making sure that you don't miss any of these dates. A good one will. They'll be emailing you in advance. Don't forget, you've got to pay this deposit coming up because this is when the contract goes unconditional. You've got to transfer the money. This is the amount. You need to be really careful of scams nowadays when you're transferring big amounts of money. So be guided by your conveyancer because they will be the ones that are protecting you from transferring the money to somebody who doesn't deserve it. Right. So that's what we have to tell you about deposits. And I can't wait for the next video because then we're really going to go into a lot of detail about avoidable contract mistakes. I'll see you then.